Abrego Garcia, he's in El Salvador, Bukele. The president said, "Oh, we can't give him back. We aren't going to give him back." Excuse me, Mr. Bukele. You got paid $20,000 for every person that goes in there. You took money from the American taxpayer. You got paid 20 grand. Hey, you can keep the 20 grand, but do one thing. Put him on a plane, a private jet, don't make it crash, and fly him back to the United States. And Donald Trump, I know you don't have the balls to say something like that, but excuse me, that's what you should be demanding and saying, well, he won't give him back. I'm going, excuse me, we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're letting a President Bukele dictate who can come and go to the prisons when we paid for it? I mean, are we insane or something? And these congressional members are doing nothing? Who are they? Who are they working for? 93% of Congress, Zios. They get paid big bucks. Democracy? Gone. Pretty soon, it can get worse unless we all speak out. Thanks for tuning in to The Conscious Hour. It's your hour. Speak out.
Imagine this. Your husband is picking up your 3 kids from school when the government suddenly detains him, ships him off to a foreign prison, and refuses to try to bring him back, even after the Supreme Court has ordered it to. That is the story of Jennifer Vasquez, a U.S. citizen, mom of 3, whose husband is Gilmar Abrego Garcia. Mr. Abrego has been sitting in prison in El Salvador since March 12th, when the U.S. government forcibly disappeared him. 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego's return to the U.S., as he had been denied due process. But President Trump and Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele basically thumbed their noses at the court. In a meeting at the White House, Bukele and Attorney General Pam Bondi pointed the finger at each other. Bondi said, well, I only have to facilitate Abrego's return, so all I have to do is provide an airplane. Bukele said, I don't know how to get him back to the U.S. It was an absurd piece of theater. The administration has already said that it's paying El Salvador's government millions of dollars to hold people there. Abrego is one of more than 200 men that the Trump administration has sent to El Salvador's brutal Secot prison. Most of them are being held with no charge or trial, and apparently with no access to the outside world. Ignoring the courts to lock people up abroad is a serious abuse of power that should concern all of us. Forced disappearances are a particularly chilling tactic used by some of the most abusive regimes around the world. This isn't just about Abrego. This is about the government ignoring the highest court in the land and trying to set the precedent that it can ignore the courts whenever it wants. The U.S. government has already admitted that it deported Abrego in error. He was protected by a previous court order. If labeling somebody as dangerous is all it takes for the government to strip you of your rights, then we're all in trouble. In fact, President Trump has already said that he wants to send Americans to El Salvador's prisons too. In his meeting with Bukele, he said something like, homegrowns are next, and he asked Bukele to build 5 more prisons. Congress needs to assert itself here. Senator Chris Van Hollen made a trip to El Salvador to visit Abrego and managed to get in to see him. Other Congress people have followed suit. But every member of Congress who's had people in their districts who have been sent to El Salvador should be pressing for answers. Congress should immediately open an investigation into these forced disappearances and should find out what the terms of the deal are that the U.S. has with El Salvador to hold these people. Members of Congress need to hear from their constituents about this. They need to know that we see past the administration's fear-mongering and lies, and that we recognize this for the power grab that it is.